Andrea Chambly finished the book that her husband was writing when he was killed in a mass shooting. Since then, she's become an advocate for gun violence prevention.
It's too late to save my husband. Our country had a chance to save people like my husband, and we failed.
John McNamara was among 5 people who died in June 2018 when a man opened fire at the Capital Gazette newspaper in Annapolis. The shooter had posted threats online against the company. The attack occurred before new state legislation to confiscate guns from people deemed dangerous took effect. More than a dozen US states have passed similar measures known as red flag laws. They allow family members or law enforcement to seek a court order to temporarily take guns away from a person who poses a danger to themselves or others. But some gun advocates say red flag laws go too far.
My neighbor could decide that they don't like me for whatever reason and call the police and tell them that I'm a threat to the community. And without due process, I can be taken into custody and my guns can be taken from me.
Roughly 1/3 of US adults say they own a gun. A recent survey found that Americans increasingly support stricter gun legislation. Proponents of red flag laws say they do in fact help save human lives.
You have to make the policies make sense. But when you look at things like common sense gun laws, background checks, the red flags, that has to be a must.
Gavin Buckley, the mayor of Annapolis, where the Capital Gazette shooting happened, grew up in Australia and supports red flag laws. His home country decided in 1996 to implement a gun buyback program. But Buckley doubts that it would be feasible in the US.
I think the magnitude of weapons in this country compared to Australia is hard to match. There are obviously more weapons, more guns in this country than people, so the task is much bigger.
As lawmakers debate red flag laws at the state level across the country, there is little indication that the US Congress will pass any major piece of gun legislation before the presidential election next year.